Up until a few days ago, I had never heard of this film. I just saw on Twitter that there was this alien horror film that people were saying was quite good, and I especially didn't know that it was already out on Disney Plus in the UK, Hulu in America. So I watched it last night, and holy crap, it's actually quite good. I've wanted to see more horror films based around aliens because the concept of aliens coming to Earth can make for some pretty terrifying stuff if you utilize it to the right effect. And this film does just that. It takes that concept, centralizes it around one character in one location, and they manage to craft some pretty suspenseful and pretty thrilling sequences of this woman trying to survive this pretty much home invasion from these aliens. And the most impressive thing about it, and you're going to hear this in every single review for this film, guaranteed, is that there is no dialogue in this film. I had no idea about this before watching it. Again, never heard of the film until a few days ago. So about 25 minutes in, it finally dawned on me. I was like, wait, there's been no dialogue in this film so far. That's an interesting choice. And then the film carries on, and there is no dialogue through the entire thing. And I was just really, really stunned by how much tension and suspense and thrills they managed to achieve with no speaking. That's really impressive. I don't know if this director has done anything before, I've not looked into it, but if you can do a horror film with aliens and convey all these emotions, all the tension and all the thrills purely through visual storytelling, if that doesn't get your foot in the door, I don't know what will. Big credit for the director, writer and cinematographer for the craftsmanship, but also huge credit to Kaitlyn Dever. I was aware of Kaitlyn Dever prior to this film because she was one of the two girls in Booksmart and she was great in that film. But in this film, oh my god, this is next level stuff. She has to carry this entire film on her back with no dialogue. She's in every single scene, and she quite frankly knocks it out of the park. She conveys every single emotion purely through her physical performance and her facial expressions. Stupidly impressive. If Booksmart didn't do it already, this film has definitely put Kaitlyn Dever on my radar, and she has to get more work after this, because if you're not impressed by what she does in this, then I just don't know. The CGI for the aliens does look a little bit 2007, but it's a low budget film, so I'm not going to knock the film for that too much. And I wasn't really thrilled with the last 10 minutes or so of this film because it gets into these really weird, trippy visions, and it makes sense for what's going on. It's just, up until that point, it was purely those genre thrills of the woman trying to survive the alien invaders. And I just appreciated that simplicity and the thrills and tension that came with that. So when it changes gears into going into these trippy visions, just didn't really dig that as much. But overall, the film was a nice surprise, and a completely out of nowhere surprise, considering, again, I'd never heard of the film until a few days ago. And when I saw that it was a direct-to-streaming film, I was a little bit dubious because 95% of direct-to-streaming films nowadays just completely suck, but no one can save you, part of the 5% that surprisingly doesn't.